Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now.
Doing something like this, it's really pathetic. This is a setup, and
This
you're
is
not
not a
smart to know.
setup.
It is, and I'm very disappointed in you.
You guys are being
I'm good.
crazy.
You're a crazy one because you know what you're doing.
Hello everybody and welcome. So today we're going to be talking about the new episode of The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 6, Episode 9. I'm so glad that we got an episode this week because all the other shows have been off for the holiday. But let's get started with this episode. So the episode starts with Alexia screaming at Nicole, saying this is a setup, this is wrong. We hear Marysol says, "Tú estás loca." It was chaos, but that's what's to come. For now, we're gonna go back 72 hours before this so we can see how we got here. So let's go back to 72 hours before this. We see Guerdy with her kids, Larsa and Marcus having their dirty talk, Nicole preparing some things for the Mother's Day brunch, and then the first scene is Alexia. So she takes Frankie and Peter to a furniture store because Peter is moving to a new place close to the area, so they want to look at some stuff for the new place. Very nice store with good furniture. Alexia says that Peter is starting to realize that he needs to take care of himself before having a relationship, and I hope that's true. So they found some stuff in the store that they liked, and then they just chill a little, they just talk. So Peter is renting just like Alexia and Todd are. Alexia says that according to Todd, renting is better, which I totally disagree with that. But the place that they've been renting has been sold by the owner and they have to be out the apartment in 15 days. So that's crazy and it's very fast. So they're going to need to move out and find a new place. Like, no one will convince me that renting is better than owning, but that's a whole different conversation. But for now, Alexia needs to find a new home because her and Todd need to get out. So then we see Julia and she takes Adriana to her farm. I love how there's a farm in Miami. So at first the farm and the animals began as a little hobby for Julia, something that she could just do for fun. But it has grown immensely. She has a lot of animals. So in order to keep up with it, she's going to have to turn it into a business. Not to the point where she's going to be manufacturing milk and meat, but just something to make some money. So they look at the animals and stuff like that. And Julia and Adriana then get back on the truck to head back, and they're talking about the conversation that the group had with Lisa. Adriana says that she feels like Lisa was ganged up on by the entire group, and she doesn't like that how overbearing Alexia is giving relationship advice. And Adriana says, not to mention that Alexia isn't even in the position to be giving relationship advice because she's not even in that great of a relationship herself. And then Adriana, she just can't help herself. She says that a little bird told her that Alexia and Todd are having financial problems. So the little bird is Anna Quinsones, I think that's her last name. So Anna was a member of the Real Housewives of Miami before the revamp. And Anna reached out to Adriana last season, seeing how Alexia and Marysol were treating her because Anna went through a very similar situation that Adriana did. She too was friends with Alexia and Marysol, and she too had a falling out with them. So she kind of empathized with Adriana last season. So she reaches out, and then Anna tells Adriana that, because interest rates are really high right now, and because Todd's business is all about loaning, he's not doing too well. So they are going to need to break their lease in the apartment and leave. So things aren't really great with their economics right now. Julia, as we know, has started to become very good friends with Alexia, so all she says is, well, how would Anna know? I don't think Julia was too happy listening to this, and she's kind of holding a lot of it in because she doesn't want to piss Adriana off because Adriana is talking so much smack about Alexia. Adriana says that she's just telling Julia because she knows that she won't tell anyone. So then we see Lisa, and she goes over to Jodi's house, and they have a private Japanese chef. No wonder the damn bills are so high for her. But I did like that Jody had some flowers for her, and he really does take care of her as far as being attentive and creative and just doing these little things that Lenny never did to her. But it was really interesting seeing the parallels, how this dinner that he set up for Lisa is like the same type of dinner that Lisa set up for Lenny last season. Like, I think that was one of their last few dinners while they were still married. But anyway, they're eating dinner, and Lisa told them about what had happened at the girls' trip and how they all questioned her about him. She didn't like that, and now this is interesting. So Jody says that he really doesn't mind Lisa telling him about her problems or reading the headlines every day or the news articles. He really doesn't care. But the only thing he asks of Lisa is that he wishes that she could be a little bit more mindful of what he's going through because he has a lot going on. Like, he has a business that he's starting and all that. So he wishes that he could be checked up on by Lisa. Like, how are you? What's going on with you? Just simple things that anyone needs. And Lisa receives that and says that she will work on it. I'm glad that Jody was able to communicate that to Lisa. That's helpful because at least now she knows. Because let's be honest, Lisa strikes me as the type of person to only want to talk about herself. So hopefully she gets the memo. Moving on, Nicole is in her kitchen. Her mom is there. Her mom, I think, helps her like take care of her kid, so that's nice. Nicole then asks the mom if she has spoken to her dad yet. Nicole is still reeling about the secret children that she found out that the dad had whenever they went to lunch. The mom, I think, is kind of numb, and so is Nicole because she doesn't really seem bothered by it. I think they've come to terms on who the dad is, and they just accepted what comes with it. Nicole does mention that it would be interesting to try and reach out to her half siblings, but that would just open up a whole Pandora's box. Moving forward, Guerdy and her family go bowling. I loved to see it. A beautiful family having fun. And Guerdy is going to have surgery soon, so she's enjoying the time the best she can. So they play, and then they sit down and eat a little bit. But then Guerdy says that, oh, she does tell Russell that she will be taking his sister to Nicole's brunch. But then it got very sad because Guerdy explains to the kids what she has. And Russell had already told them, so they already knew, but this is the first time that they're hearing it from her. So she's telling them about the diagnosis and what it means and what the surgery is going to look like. It broke my heart to see the oldest son. I think the little one may still be a little too young to fully comprehend, but the oldest one, you could see him being so sad about it in his face. Oh, very sad. Next scene is Alexia, and she goes to visit her husband at the office. He was in the middle of a meeting, and she said that she's there to so they can go have some lunch. But today she will also be meeting with a realtor because they need a place. Now, I'm not trying to sound like a hater or anything, but there's something about them. He seems very disengaged when it comes to Alexia. I don't know, it's weird. And after hearing Adriana say what Anna told her, it makes you kind of think of this in a little bit of a different way. Because they were talking about, like, oh, what place should they move? Is there a budget? And this and that. So he seems a little bit, I don't know. It's a little weird to see Todd interact with Alexia. It looks like he kind of checks out. So then we see Lisa and Larsa go to have some lunch. As usual, Lisa says that there's a lot of stuff going on with Lenny. Every day there's something new, a motion, another motion. Larsa asks Lisa who is her support. And Lisa says, well, Jody, obviously. And Larsa is as well. But it sucks not having that family member support. And Larsa shares that she went through something very similar. She was best friends with her ex-husband's sister. They would call each other every day. They would talk about anything. And she didn't really realize it until it happened that after the divorce, that would change. And it did get her very emotional. And in the middle of the conversation, Lisa gets a notification, some alarm that she put to remind herself to check on Jody since he asked her to. So she does. Now, two things. In the one hand, I mean, it's great that she listened and is actually doing it. But in the other hand, I'm like, girl, you need an alarm to make it worse. When she called him, she says, hey, I just got a reminder to check up on you. How are you? I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so we've finally gone through the 72 hours. It's finally time for Nicole's brunch. So she had a great setup and she went extra. She made them custom jackets. She had a custom menu with drinks. She hired a poet, you guys. So she went all out. Kiki is the first to get there and she's reading the place cards that Nicole has and she sees that one of them says the name Anna, as in Anna Quinconces. And Kiki says, wait a minute, doesn't she have, like, issues with a lot of the women in the group? And Nicole is acting dumb. She says that she doesn't know any of that. Then, y'all, I laughed, child. I really did. Lisa was gonna go pick up Larsa. And she shows up in an old ass cheap car that she borrowed from her housekeeper. And she's doing it because of what the girls told her last week when she pulled up and Larsa said, "What the?" That was hilarious. And here's the thing: Lisa is not really too happy about seeing them anyway, so she's kind of proving a point also by doing it. Okay, so the ladies begin to arrive to the party. Alexia and Marysol get there together. And Alexia quickly sees, like, it's like she had like the sigh of an eagle. She quickly sees the place card that says Anna. And she's like, "Oh, who is Anna? Which Anna are you? Like, who is this?" And Nicole says, "Anna Quinconces." And Alexia says, "Wow, you guys are something else. Y'all are pathetic. Since when are y'all friends?" And Nicole says, "Well, she's been a friend of mine for a while, and Adriana wanted to bring her." Marysol in her confessional is asked, like, "Who is Anna?" And Marysol says, "Yo no voy a hablar de esa mujer," which means, "I'm not going to speak about that woman." So Nicole is trying to understand what is going on, and Alexia says that she's actually defending Marysol because apparently in some podcasts, Anna called Marysol a rotting corpse and just not great things about Marysol. There is some deep history with Marysol and Anna and Alexia as well. And Marysol says that she's not going to sit anywhere near Anna, and Alexia is going off and keeps saying that this is a setup, and she's very disappointed in Nicole. And Nicole says that she can't expect her to know that there's a problem with these people. And Alexia says, "Well, I don't have a problem with her. It's Marysol." So Nicole says, "I don't know that. Like, how can I know that? Am I supposed to know that?" Adriana wanted to bring her, and everybody was able to bring a +1, says Nicole. But here's the thing, you guys. Julia is there, and she's just listening and putting two and two together. She's thinking, well, Adriana just told me that Anna told her these things about Alexia, and now she wants to bring her as a +1. She's definitely giving Adriana the side eye, but Marysol says that she is leaving because she says that Anna wished death upon her, so she's not going to be anywhere near her. So her and Alexia leave, but Alexia left, but she took the jacket. The custom made jackets. Oh my gosh, I can't. But oh my gosh, that was the end, you guys. Then we saw the mid-season trailer. It looks like things are going to get very heated. I am loving Miami this season. I really am. But you guys, let me know what you thought about this episode. Do you believe Adriana when she says that Alexia is having issues economically? And how about this? Do you think that Nicole knew that there was issues with Anna and the other women, or do you think that she truly didn't know? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.